Welcome to Kaleidoscope S4IG. Let's talk. We are at the end of an year that pushed Sri Lanka to the very brink of hopelessness. But in true spirit, the people of Sri Lanka pushed back with power, spirit and determination. While we have all settled into an uneasy truce almost, it would be good to take a look at the year that was. Take a look at the lessons learned and what 2023 holds. On S4IG Let's Talk today are four individuals from very diverse areas. Executive Chairman of Selinco Life Insurance, R. Ranganathan, Vice President of the Wildlife and Nature Protection Society, Zainab Akbar Ali, Chairman of CDB, Alastair Correa, and Manager Graphic Design at Bless Nati, and a person with a hearing impairment, Shenuka Dias Borelassa. Alastair, from a macro perspective, what's 2022 been like?
So Sri Lanka faced back-to-back shocks since 2019, and it culminated in default in 2022. And as a country, we were simply not prepared for the magnitude of the consequences. They were beyond our wildest dreams. So as we are close to ushering 2023, we have entered calmer waters and slowly inching towards an IMF deal. There is also a greater awareness of the trade-off between borrowings and development, a much wider acceptance for the need for reform, despite the extreme turmoil that was experienced. There was a framework to move towards a calmer context.
And what should we be aware of when moving forward into 2023?
We have to move on working through our reform agenda. The window for reform is not going to remain open for long.
So Zainab, from an environmental perspective, what lessons have we learned in 2022 when it comes to looking after our planet?
For me, something that has also been a positive over the past year has been seeing the success of the Preserving Land and Nature Trust plant, which was established by the WNPS to acquire privately held lands for the purpose of conservation. In the past year, our portfolio has grown from 0 to over 1,000 acres been protected for conservation. And these are some of the most biodiverse, rich lands in our country. Hence, preserving these ecosystems is allowing or will allow for a more resilient and sustainable recovery for the country in the future.
How should we play our part in mitigating climate change in 2023?
As I look ahead to 2023, I hope that, and I also have a lot of hope that the conservation education work we do, especially with youth and schools, will allow us to build a future for Sri Lanka that is more resilient and more sustainable.
Mr. Ranganathan, what has 22 been like for you?
The devaluation of the rupee has resulted in a large increase in the cost of maintenance of both IT software and hardware. The lack of foreign exchange has resulted in delays in the remittance of reinsurance premiums to our reinsurers, who have been very accommodative. The staff turnover we are experiencing as a result of migration is still another challenge. The ad hoc levy of super gains taxes has been a very demotivating factor. The arbitrary changes by the Department of Inland Revenue when computing tax liabilities of insurance companies has caused much concern. On the positive side, we have been forced to digitalize most of our manual operations.
And what should we be mindful of in 2023?
We will continue to face similar challenges, since obtaining IMF assistance is going to be a long, drawn-out procedure. The IMF requirements are challenging, and the big question remains as to whether the current government has the political will to implement these requirements.
What are the lessons you have learned in 2022 as a person with a disability?
In 2022, I have learned how we look do the and improve myself to the time next year. I hope to able to learn to try to improve myself and to better future.
What's your wish for 2023?
Better future duty như thế very very it very attempt very but very hard for having money without difficult time.
A big thank you to the partners on our show who are truly beyond compare. Skills for Inclusive Growth and Australian Aid, Srilanka Life, CDB, The Morning Newspaper, Park Street Gourmet and Zip Zip. Thank you. If you like Kaleidoscope, subscribe and follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn.